president of Utah International Mountain Forum, UIMF, a coalition of student clubs at Utah Valley University. I want to thank Ambassador Ada Casamalia for one, featuring Student Engaged Learning, SEL, during CSW 67, and two, making this event a part of our class, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. And three, agreeing to co-teach it together with Dr. Becca Osaya. Based on the textbook, Transforming Multilateral Diplomacy, co-authored by Ambassador Camus, the event highlights UVU student initiatives to tackle mountain community and women issues under faculty guidance. I thank speakers for presenting within 4 minutes, which ensures I will pass and we will pass as students this course as a midterm examination. I now invite my friend Dr. Dastan Abakov to share his introductory remarks.
Hello everyone, my name is Dastan Abikov. As one of the founders of the Bishkek Mountain Rotor Club, I would like to thank Ambassador Casamalia for being one of the designers of this club and integrating in it a collaboration of UVU students with peers from the Kyrgyz Republic and Mountain Youth Hub. During 2023-2024, Bishkek Rotaractors, together with the UVU Rotaractors, jointly celebrated the World Holiday and International Mountain Day through student engaged learning. SEL encourages both traditional and non-traditional students to work together as a group to solve real-world problems with faculty serving as mentors. I'm glad that today's side event encourages further expansion of our joint partnership based on SEL.
I would now like to introduce Mrs. Batakova. Mrs. Batarova started her professional career as an intern doctor in Bishkek in 1986 and then worked at Karasu district in various positions. From 2013 to 2022, she worked with the Ministry of Health of the Kyrgyz Republic, followed by her tenure as Minister of Health from 2002 to 2023. Since September 13, 2023, she has held the position of Minister of Labor, Social Protection, and Migration of the Kyrgyz Republic.
Урматтуу иш-чаранын катышуучулары, урматтуу мырзалар жана айымдар. Адегенде бүгүнкү иш-чаранын катышуучуларына ыраазычылык билдирип кетем. Биздин иш-чарабыз тоолуу аймактардагы аялдарды жана үй-бүлөлөрдү коргоодо билим берүүнүн ролуна жана Кыргыз Республикасы менен Америка Кошмо Штаттарынын тоолуу Юта шаарындагы академиялык институттар ортосундагы өнөктөштүк программаларындагы студенттердин активдүүлүгүнө багытталган. Урматтуу катышуучулар, баарыңыздарга маалым болгондой, Кыргызстан 1998 жылдан бери Бириккен Улуттар уюмунда тоогун тартибин илгерилетип келет. Алардын эң акыркысы буунун башкы ассамблеясынын 2023-2027 жылдарды тоолуу аймактарды өнүктүрүүнүн 5 жылдык аракети деп жарыялоо боюнча резолюциясы болуп саналат. Бул демилге тоолуу аймактардын көйгөйлөрү жана чакырыктары менен күрөшүү боюнча эл аралык коомчулуктун аракеттерине жаңы дем берүү максатында иштелип чыккан. Аталган 5 жылдын ичинде тоолуу өлкөлөрдөгү өнүгүүнүн ар кыл багыттарына, анын ичинде жаштардын, атап айтканда, тоолуу аймактардагы аялдардын жана кыздардын көйгөйлөрүнө көңүл бурулат. Бул пландарды ишке ашырууда билим берүү маанилүү роль ойнойт. Өзгөчө окутууга багытталган программалар, алар тоолуу аймактардын студенттери маанилүү көнүгүүлөрдү, кесипкөй өсүү тажрыйбасын алышат жана алардын жашоо шартын иш жүзүндө жакшыртышат. Бүгүнкү иш-чара ушундай демилгелердин бири болуп саналат. Аны Америка Кошмо Штаттарынын тоолуу штатынан келген студенттер менен Кыргыз Республикасы биргелешип ишке ашырышты. Мен баарыңыздарга ийгилик каалайм, көңүл бурганыңыздар үчүн чоң рахмат.
The next speaker is Rosalero Ramova. Is a coordinator of the Mountain Partnership Secretariat at Food and Agriculture Organization. We deeply appreciate your support for educational programs like the Mountain Youth Club and SEL model. On personal note, I just registered in New York City the Sustainable Mountain Development Foundation and straightened my life learning partnership with the UIMF and then the Mountain Partnership.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear mountain friends, thank you very much for inviting me to give some opening remarks for this event that is focusing on advocating for mountain women and girls' education globally through students engaged learning under the auspices of the 68th session of the Commission on the Status of Women. So my name is Rosa Laura Romeo and I am the coordinator of the Mountain Partnership Secretariat. The Mountain Partnership Secretariat is hosted by FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, and we are based in Rome. And allow me to start by thanking the Permanent Mission of Kyrgyzstan and the Utah Valley University for organizing this very important session on women and mountains. Both the government of Kyrgyzstan and the Utah Valley University are long-standing and very active member of the Mountain Partnership. And the Mountain Partnership, for those of you that are not aware, is the only United Nations alliance devoted to mountains and mountain ecosystems. And we are very pleased to work with you all to support this very important cause. So at the Mountain Partnership, we envision a world with empowered mountain communities and increased commitment and investment, addressing the climate and biodiversity crisis and ensuring the social and economic well-being of mountain people, leaving no one behind. And when we said not leaving no one behind, of course, the key target are women and girls, mountain women and girls. Because we know that women are vital to conserve mountain ecosystems. They play such a central role in the mountains as they are primarily responsible for water, food security, and many other important tasks at household and community level. Yet mountain women often lack access to credit, to land ownership, to market, to trainings, to services in general like education and digital access. But when rural mountain women gain access to these important services and resources, when they have an opportunity and they're given a voice, they can really move mountain and have a very impactful difference on the livelihood of mountain people, mountain communities. So they become a driving force against hunger, malnutrition, the climate crisis, the rural poverty, and acts as real agents of change. Youth, and it's great because there are many of you here today, are tomorrow leaders, and they are the students, they are the stewards, you are the stewards of our mountain, precious mountain resources. So we believe that your voices and your commitment to issues such as climate action, access to education, gender equality, innovation, intergenerational dialogue and action are absolutely key to achieve sustainable mountain development. In the Mountain Partnership, we are ready to serve as a platform for bringing us all together and advocate for this change at the global and local level. We have now the 5 years of action for the development of mountain region. This is a period, 5-year period, 2023 to 2027, proposed by the government of Kyrgyzstan and approved by the United Nations General Assembly. And this is an opportunity to raise awareness on the challenges faced by mountain women and girls and by youth in general about also gender inequality, unemployment, and lack of opportunities. So let's work together, building on the opportunities provided by these 5 years of action to ensure that mountain women and girls and youth in general are provided with an opportunity to promote sustainable mountain development and have a very decent living condition in mountain areas. So I will be listening to your intervention, and I'm very excited to hear about your commitment and your action, and I thank you very much for this opportunity.
I would like to now introduce His Excellency Lokpatar Tepa, Nepal's permanent representative to the United Nations. He has over 30 years experience in diplomacy. His career includes roles as Nepal's ambassador to Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and the European Union, and the representation of the Organization of the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, my dear colleagues, Aida, ladies, participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me express how happy I have been to be a part of this event, very important event. I thank the permanent missions of Kyrgyzstan and Utah Valley University for this collaborative effort. Our deeper and closer collaboration and partnership, I believe, is critical for us all to address multiple vulnerabilities and challenges facing our people in the mountainous regions globally. On these particular themes, let me highlight some of the few points. First, mountains, which remain as a natural paradise and a source of rich biodiversity and ecosystem, are a symbol of strength, resilience, and perseverance. They not only create formidable challenges, but also provide us with immense opportunities and potential. We all need to put the mountain agenda at the center of our discourse, be it on the sustainable development, climate change, or the future we want. Second, mountain people are a source of inspirations for humanity, nature, spiritualism, and adaptability. They have contributed so much to preserving the nature and indigenous culture. Yet these people are left behind for education and other opportunity. They deserve our attention. We must act to ensure, especially for women and girls, access to and quality of education. On this, I appreciate the student engaged learning initiatives by Utah Valley University. We need to expand both the scope and scale of this learning to advocate and accelerate women's and girls' education in mountain regions. Third, poverty has both a female and geographical face indeed. Women and girls in mountain regions are poorer than men and other regions. Inequality between mountain communities and those in other areas is increasing. This creates multiple challenges for them to access educations. We must bridge the gap with priority. Fourth, people in the mountainous regions live at a greater risk of frequent floods, avalanche, glacial lake outbursts, and landslides. Indeed, climate change impact has upended the lives and livelihoods in mountain regions around the globe, and mountain regions are bearing the brunt of these menace arising from the faults not of their own making. We must therefore give priority to this issue in student engaged learning programs we are looking for. Education and learning play a crucial role in advancing our understanding of mountains environments and mountains lifestyle. Finally, while the world is talking about AI and emerging technologies, mountain regions in different parts of the globe are facing multiple challenges and the risk to be left out from this technological advancement. We need to fully adapt these technologies for the advancement of women and girls in mountain regions with an enhanced level of support from the international community through proper infrastructure, enhanced investment, capacity building, and technology transfer, among others. Excellencies, we in Nepal have been placing much emphasis on the education of women and girls in the Himalaya regions through many policy interventions like special measures and scholarships. More needs to be done to change the educational landscape in the mountain regions. We are ready to work collectively and collaboratively with the international community, academic institutions, and like-minded organizations to advance the role of women and girls, especially those of the mountain region. I thank you all.
Next speaker is the Honorable Joseph Pitt, who represented Pennsylvania in the United States House of Representatives, has been promoting the partnership between the Kyrgyz Republic and the United States for over 30 years. We are happy to partner with the Joe Pitt Center for Public Policy at Asbury University in Kentucky in jointly promoting SMD.
Dear Ambassador Aida Kasimalieva, dear former Ambassador Bakhtievak Adrisaev, longtime friend of many years, dear co-host and participants of this side event. It is a great pleasure for me to greet you all on behalf of the Center for Public Policy from Asbury University, located in Wilmore, in the state of Kentucky, near the center of the Appalachian Mountain Range, which borders our state. Thank you for the invitation for our students to join you during this important event to advocate for mountain families, women and girls with the leading role of students from the Bishkek Nomad Rotaract Club and Utah Valley University Rotaractors. I'm glad that our cooperation as representatives of mountain communities from the Kyrgyz Republic and from the United States is growing. It is a very important area of partnership, further extending programs for political and economic reforms in the Kyrgyz Republic that I was able to support as a member of the United States House of Representatives and as co-chair of the Silk Road Caucus in the United States Congress during the years I served from 1997 to 2017. I'm glad to mention that students from Asbury University attended a parallel event hosted by Utah Valley University during the 63rd session of the Commission on the Status of Women in the year 2019. In addition, all of us, including my good friend, Ambassador Kasymaliev, observed the International Mountain Day at Utah Valley University last December to raise awareness about the importance of sustainable development for mountain communities. Asbury University, since its establishment over 100 years ago in 1890, is proud to contribute to this joint partnership variety of academic programs that allow our graduates to strengthen the well-being, the culture, and the heritage of local communities, families, and women in Kentucky and those affiliated with the Appalachian Mountains. I also commend your efforts through this important side event to highlight education as a pillar for the 5-year action plan for the development of mountain regions. And I wish you a profitable session. Thank you for your attention.
I am now pleased to present Dr. Jay Desart, Chair of the Political Science Program at UVU's Department of History and Political Science. We thank Dr. Desart for his unwavering support from the department for this SEL model.
Thank you, Stephanie. Dear co-hosts of this side event, Ambassador Kasymaliev, Ambassador Lok Badr-Tapa, and dear Minister Baturova, I thank you for the opportunity to speak at this forum in support of the mountain communities, women, and girls. I also thank my friend, Ambassador Kasymaliev, for featuring a side event last year and during this session as a learning opportunity for UVU students. As stated by our moderators, this event is included in UVU's United Nations Sustainable Development Goals class, and students are taking a midterm examination as we speak by contributing to this side event. Since 2011, our students have been advocating for sustainable mountain development in the state of Utah and globally through the Utah International Mountain Forum, or UIMF, a coalition of student clubs. UIMF is a core of the Student Engaged Learning, or SEL, model. SEL encourages students to work jointly on resolving practical problems with their teacher mentoring them. Students are managing everything at this event based on rubrics from the curriculum, while their teacher and my colleague, Dr. Abdrasayev, is watching their actions from the audience. Pedagogical research shows that students learn best when they are actively engaged in their own learning process as a group. In addition, the SEL model is inclusive by involving both traditional students, or youth, and non-traditional students. Thus, the student's education becomes even more of a student-driven process. Non-traditional students are learners older than 25 who have to balance education with taking care of their families and jobs. This diversity of students allows them to teach each other different skills while implementing their assigned projects. Our studies also show the important role of student clubs, including Rotaracts, student clubs of the Rotary International, in making students full-fledged contributors to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. As Rotaractors, they serve both local and global communities in addition to self-sustaining activities. Every year since 2017, our students have self-funded their visits to these CSW sessions and Rotaractors from Kyrgyz Republic came here in a similar way. UVU and UIMF were featured 6 times in the triennial United Nations Secretary General's reports on sustainable mountain development. The last 2022 report highlighted the SEL model and the contribution of the non-traditional students. Our goal is to provide our students with a greater understanding and engagement with the global community, and our partnership with the Kyrgyz Republic is evidence of the model's effectiveness. Our political science program at UVU has a variety of emphases to allow students to customize their bachelor's degree to their interests. One of the largest emphases in our program is our global politics emphasis, and our students participating in this event are pursuing that emphasis. In addition, we are proposing a global politics minor to bring this understanding and experience to non-political science majors as well. It's noteworthy to also point out that UVU is an open enrollment institution. We give educational opportunities to all students who want to learn. In that way, our program is having an impact across the socioeconomic spectrum in promoting civic engagement in the global community. Because of its simplicity and availability at any campus worldwide, it can also make education an important pillar for the implementation of the 5-year Action for Development of Mountain Regions. Thank you.
I am pleased to introduce Ayjan Chinobayeva, past president of Bishkek Rotary Club. Rotaractors from UVU and Bishkek are eager to work with her to further strengthen mutual partnership.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Good morning, everyone. It's a big honor for me to present Rotary Club of Bishkek, and I appreciate our ambassador, Mrs. Kasymalieva, and our minister and the team from Kyrgyzstan who came to the side event to support Women in Mountains and youth projects. It's a big pleasure to be a part of a big movement. We really need the attention of all world. This is a particularly mountain countries. We have our own problems, our challenges that we are already trying to solve. And at the part of partnership with Orem Linden Rotarians, and together we are setting up with Osh Technological University to advocate for mountain communities through the student efforts. And if you let me, I would just like to say that of course it's important, this side event, and 3 priorities of Mr. Gordon McKinley, President of the Rotary International, who focuses on strengthening international partnership between clubs and promoting girls. Since its inception in 1999, throughout its activity, the main goal of Rotary Club Bishkek has been to help women and children as the most vulnerable members of society. It was this area that the Rotary Club implemented very ambitious projects, and I'm happy to say as the Honorary Consul of Norway, it was a great honor to have worked together with colleagues from Norway. We collected funds to build a hostel for kids after orphanages, and it's still working. We are working together with municipality of Bishkek. We are helping children to find their right way, to find their professions, and it's a wonderful opportunity for our clubs to communicate and hope our kids will be performing in their best. Our other project connected to women in the mountain villages called Give a Cow project. I'm very happy to say I was a president at the time, and it was my initiative. In 1 year we collected 100 cows, which is like one cow cost $1,000. So now we have more than 300 cows, and it was given especially for women with disabled kids. So this project is going on. We are still giving away the cows producing babies, and we're giving again to the families, unfortunately, with disabled kids. And this allows us to have a network of women helping each other. We are proud to say that together with other Rotarian clubs and of course with Norwegian Club of Oslo, we created so-called small lyceum in Vajan Antonovka village, where kids also could have small professions like cooking, making souvenirs, girls could learn sewing. We also put English classes and some IT classes for them. So it's very important what we are doing here, and I believe that together we can achieve lots of things connected to solving issues for women and girls' education in mountain region. And I want to thank again Bishkek Rotary Club and of course our colleagues from Orem Linden Rotary Club to contribute and establish a partnership between Rotaractors of Kyrgyzstan and Utah. And we'll be glad in particular to be involved in this activity with Rotarians from our OSH club, which is opened recently. And we are happy to be a part of Rotary Club of OSH Technological University. Thank you so much.
I am pleased to introduce Ms. Purpa Sherpa. Her theme today will be the impact of climate change on women's education and livelihood in the Himalayas of Nepal.
Hello everyone.
Okay, it's working.
Hello everyone. Namaste. A very warm good morning. Rashidili. I feel incredibly privileged and honored to be here today presenting the voice of my community in regards to climate change education and livelihood in the mountain of Nepal. My name is Purpa Sherpa. I am from Nepal. I was born and raised up in the mountain. My parents, they never attended school. And I am the first generation college student from my community. This next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So talking about climate change education, until 8 years ago, I was not aware of climate change. This was because it was not included in any syllabus of our school curriculum. One incident and one opportunity changed my life permanently. My community was severely damaged by Nepal earthquake 2015, where I lost my grandfather and where my whole community became homeless. And in the same year, I got an opportunity to work as an intern at ECMO. At my workplace, I was exposed with people working for climate change. Then only I understood the challenges that we were encountering in our community were all due to climate change. Memories flooded. My mother's struggle as the crop yield decreased every year in the field. My elder sister sacrificing her education for family responsibilities. My younger sister's frustration at the lack of resources in her school. My bitter childhood experience and the hope and confidence that I got from my workplace fueled my determination to pursue Masters in Environmental Science. So next slide. So over the past 6 years, I have been working closely with ground community, and based on my personal experience, these are the following points that I would like to propose as a way forward as we move ahead. Number one is access to quality education. Next slide. So in mountain, we have to struggle a lot to take education. It often takes months to receive textbook. Our curriculum are outdated. As a result, our education doesn't value in the market as what we learn in the classroom doesn't match with what we see in the real world. Next is localized knowledge and resources. We have diversity in culture, in geology, in religion within the same geographical belt. Climate change education and infrastructures that are designed looking at one particular place of mountain region doesn't match to all. Therefore, it is crucial to customize the knowledge and resources based on the need of local community. Next is access to improve teaching methodology. Improve teaching methodology. So in mountain, still today, teachers practice traditional way of teaching. In most cases, teachers are not aware of climate change. So it is imperative to empower these teachers and train so that they can develop engaging classroom and equip their students with essential skills. Next is action-oriented educational curriculum. We are rich in biodiversity and indigenous knowledge. Instead of just teaching climate science in the classroom, if we are provided with an experimental space to address the impacts of climate change utilizing locally available resources, then this can help students to build the confidence that they have the ability to contribute back to their community. Next is, next slide please, participatory approach in collaboration. So by now we have scientific knowledge, we have technological solution. What we lack is change in political and social behavior. So it is crucial to collaborate with local stakeholders and ground community to make the decision for their need. And finally, access to opportunities. In mountain, we are less exposed to opportunities as we have several challenges to deal with in our daily life. But if given the opportunity, we can break every barrier and we can overcome every obstacle to be the person who can not only contribute to their community, but to the world at large. And I am the living example of this potential. Thank you.
Our next speakers are Dr. Almaz Batayev, Chair of the Management Department, and Tatiana Pantianko, Lecturer at Osh Technical University. We will continue to expand our SEL model with Osh Technical University.
Hello everyone. It is a great honor for us to take part in this side event advocating for mountain women and girls through education. As representatives of Osh Technological University, located in the city of Osh, the Kyrgyz Republic, we would like to add our voices in support of this noble case. Since 2012, we jointly advocate for the sustainable development of mountain communities with the Utah Valley University. Since the fall of 2021, our faculty and students jointly with Utah Valley University advocated for mountain families, women and girls through the student engaged learning educational initiative. This model encouraged students to work together as one team to resolve a certain practical issue, and the faculty assist them through mentorship. In our case, we focus our students' efforts on the promotion of sustainable for our local mountain communities. Due to this, such a student-centric approach makes them directly involved with 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. Utah Valley University has used the CEL model since 2011, and now we're using it at our own Osh Technological University. Now our colleague Tatiana will continue.
We implement CL model together with the Utah International Mountain Forum, a coalition of student club at UVU and its mentor Dr. Baktibek Abdisaev. We are glad that we'll work together, further together, also with Rotarians and interactions from Bishkek. Together we will be able to highlight the complex problems facing mountain communities. This has been a great program where the interaction of our two cultures allows students and faculty to see different perspectives on the challenges in the lives of mountain women. With new knowledge and skills gained through this joint effort, we can improve first ourselves and then our local communities. This will be our contribution to the five-year action of sustainable development of mountain region and implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Let's listen our students' speech.
Hello, my name is Vermet and this is our team.
Hello, my name is Eliza.
Hello, my name is Eliza too.
Hello everybody, we are students of Osh Technological University. Our student team consists of different departments and faculties.
like to introduce Janessa Michelle Purcell, the incoming UIMF president. While she is speaking about SEL during this event, her peers Brad and Birbaya and No Offense Force helped her to do this by providing technical support.
Good morning. My name is Janessa Michelle Purcell, and I'm a political science student at the Utah Valley University. I express gratitude to Permanent Representative of the Kyrgyz Republic, to the United Nations Ambassador Aida Kasmalia, and the Mountain Partnership for allowing us students to raise our voices during this side event in support of women and girls from the mountain communities. I'm also grateful to be a voice for my native mountain communities in Hawaii. It is imperative for these communities to be included in the focus of this session as they encounter many challenges in their pursuit to achieve sustainable development. Many of them can relate in particular to the harsh natural conditions, remoteness, lack of services, and the emerging threat from climate change. Since 2011, undergraduate students at Utah Valley University have been able to advocate for the sustainable mountain development for local communities, women, and girls. Through an inclusive co-curricular student-engaged learning model, this is possible. The Utah International Mountain Forum, a coalition of clubs which includes Rotaract, a student club for Rotary International, is an extracurricular core. This SEL model encourages students to work as a team and be hands-on with real-world problems under the mentoring of faculty. This model involves traditional and non-traditional students to advocate for SMD. UIMF activities are integrated in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals class as models of an academic program. As members of the UIMF and the UVU Rotaractor Club, we collaborate in many of our initiatives. Our team partners with Rotarians from Orem Linden, the Bishkek Rotary Club, Bishkek Nomad Rotaractors, and the Kyrgyz Republic. It is with this joint partnership and support we are gaining skills allowing us to make the arrangements for this visit, including financial ones and displaying the SEL model in action before you today. We serve local communities by planting trees, selling oranges, delivering codes and dictionaries to kids in elementary schools in Orem, Utah. In addition, we are happy to highlight the involvement of students from Asbury University in Kentucky, located in the Appalachian Mountains, in our partnership. This past December, our joint team of Rotaractors hosted Ambassador Aida Kasmalia at UVU, and with this model, we jointly observed the annual International Mountain Day for the 14th time. It is my hope that today's side event will demonstrate the impact and the advantages of this model for the advocacy of mountain women and girls. It is successful at any campus, particularly in rural and mountain areas around the world. I am eager to implement the Sustainable Development Goals through the SEL model in my native island of Oahu, Hawaii, where we are surrounded by the ocean and share the land with our one-of-a-kind mountain ranges. Just like my ancestors that came from the small island nation of Samoa and the magnificent countries of Africa, we depend on the land for our needs. This initiative can make education an important pillar for the implementation of the United Nations Resolution, 5 years of action for the development of mountain regions. In closing, and taking the time to invest in the women and girls of the mountains, we are investing in the future generations to come. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce Eliana Nurla. She is the Vice President of the Rotaract Nomad Club in Bishkek and is able to partner with UVU Rotarians in 2023 by jointly observing the International Mountain Day and World Polio Day.
Dear Ambassador Kasmalieva and Ambassador Lok Bahritapa, I thank you for allowing me to speak during this side event in support of mountain women, empowering women economically and ensuring access to healthcare in vital steps towards gender equality and poverty elevation. Dismantling discriminatory laws and practices is equally crucial. Investing in women's empowerment is not just a moral right, but strategically imperative for social prosperity. I will be glad to tell you about the contributions of Bishkek Nomad Rotary Club members in the implementations of sustainable development of mountain communities in the Kyrgyz Republic. The Rotary Club in Bishkek was founded in 2017 by Rotary Club of Bishkek. Dedicated to fostering positive change, particularly in empowering women, our club champions initiatives to break barriers hindering women's education and economic opportunities. Our recent projects at home, the Central Asian Inclusive Model of the United Nations, focus on promoting human rights with a special emphasis on women's rights. By bringing together individuals from across Central Asia, we sought to address challenges and explore solutions to empower women. In addition to advocacy, we actively support women in need through practical initiatives like charity events and educational programs. Collaborating with organizations such as United Nations, Women's Mission in Kyrgyzstan, we raise awareness and advocate for policy change to combat gender inequality. The nexus between poverty and gender inequality is stark. Women disproportionately affected by poverty face limited access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Addressing this requires increasing educational accessibility, combating stereotypes, and ensuring infrastructure and institution safety. We were glad to work with Rotaractors from Utah Valley University during last year by jointly hosting the World Polio Day on October 24, 2023, and the International Mountain Day at Utah Valley University on December 2, 2023. Rotaract as a club helped us to jointly implement a student-engaged learning educational model which involves students in resolving practical problems through joint efforts with the teacher, usually mentoring the student team. These actions help us to be better prepared for today's side event when each of our teams was working on preparing agenda, solving logistic, protocol, and other issues, including raising funds. We are also excited to extend this collaboration with Utah Valley University Rotaractors to our country, in particular through the involvement of students from our technological university by creating their Rotaract Club. This will make our sustainable mountain development advocacy initiatives driven by students through CAL and contribute to the implementation of 5-year Acting for Development of Mountain Regions. Thank you for your attention.
Our next speaker, Edila Mambayev, represents young entrepreneurs who are eager and interested in serving local mountain communities and families.
Distinguished organizers and participants of the side event, as a part of the 68th session of the Commission on the Status of Women. My name is Edila Mambayev and I represent the youth of Kyrgyz Republic. Like many other mountainous regions around the world, we face serious challenges, including climate change, which is causing glaciers to melt at an accelerated pace. Most dramatically, those challenges are affecting communities, families, women, girls from the mountain regions around the world. Last year, I attended an event held at Utah Valley University, located in Orem City, state of Utah, Rocky Mountain region of the United States. During this event, I had the pleasure of meeting wonderful students and faculty who, since 2006, been established educational programs with the universities in Kyrgyz Republic. Young people, including students from our country, are also strengthening the cooperation with Asbury University, located in Kentucky, USA. After all, between the Kyrgyz Republic and both the states of Utah and Kentucky, there is much in common in terms of natural condition and being mountainous states. We are looking forward to strengthening the trilateral partnership between universities from the main mountain regions of the United States and the Kyrgyz Republic. This will ensure the contribution of students in the implementation of the 5-year action to develop mountain regions adopted by the United Nations. Thank you for your attention.
Our next speaker, Rita Gupta, is an American-born forester of Canadian training. Ms. Gupta now present to us about the Mountain Youth Hub, a great education initiative of the Mountain Partnership.
I would like to express thanks to the permanent mission of the Kyrgyz Republic, to the United Nations, the Utah International Mountain Forum, and the Mountain Partnership Secretariat for providing me an opportunity to speak today. My name is Ritika Gupta, and today I am here representing the Mountain Youth Hub, the Mountain Partnership, a youth-led initiative I co-founded and co-lead with a group of young professionals committed to advancing sustainable mountain development. I'm a forester by training and was born and raised in Virginia, but I currently live and work in wildfire policy in Canada. From a country girl to navigating city life to a young mountain advocate, my path was shaped by visits to the Indian Himalayan region, where I saw the valleys transform as a result of land degradation, deforestation, and landslides. And I saw mountain communities struggle in every aspect of life. Last summer, I found myself in the Italian Alps taking a training course focused on mountain forests and youth. I learned and conversed with youth from 26 different countries about the effects of climate change on mountain environments and the importance of sustainable management and restoration of mountain areas to sustain mountain livelihoods. We also learned about the 5 years of action for the development of mountain regions, 2023 to 27. This action plan represents an opportunity to raise awareness of the challenges faced by mountain ecosystem communities and women and girls, and shift the global narrative on mountain from inaction to one of action. To implement the action plan, my classmates and I felt the importance of issuing a youth call to action to implement this action plan, and we founded the Mountain Youth Hub. The Mountain Youth Hub is a youth-led initiative to empower and mobilize youth across mountainous regions and foster a network for mountain sustainability. Mountain ecosystems and people still remain overlooked on national and international environmental agendas, despite their particular sensitivities to climate change, land degradation, deforestation, and extreme weather events from which they recover very slowly. Mountains also face unique challenges that are more nuanced and complicated than those in lowlands. City youth are unaware of mountain life and mountain communities, and mountain youth face geographical barriers disconnecting them from urban opportunities to enhance their lifestyles. It is important to remark that mountains are not only diverse in biodiversity, but more diverse in language, thinking, and culture. For example, in the Indian Himalayan region alone, there are more than 50 dialects and languages spoken. To realize the potential of mountain women and girls, the Mountain Youth Hub envisions to support their access to education by preparing and translating educational and training materials on sustainable mountain development from and to local languages, and support their development by providing access to information on climate change, sustainable mountain practices, and topics relating to mountain sustainability that they can implement in their mountain lifestyle. By contributing to this forum, we wish to initiate dialogue not only with mountain youth, but with all young professionals committed to sustainable mountain development. Forums like these will enable the Mountain Youth Hub to gain visibility, expand our network, and attract partners for collaboration and investment to advance the mountain agenda. We are happy that we have established such cooperation with the Utah International Mountain Forum and look forward to future collaboration. With that, I take this opportunity to invite those of you interested in being part of the change for mountains to join the Mountain Youth Hub. In closing, I want to share that I have been inspired by my late grandfather, who devoted his life to working in agricultural cooperatives where he empowered women farmers across Southeast Asia. I follow in his path to inspire action towards improving the state of education among mountain women and girls. Thank you.
I am now very excited that she will be supported with greetings for several members of the Mountain Youth Hub.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniela Manzano. I live in the Andes mountain range of Ecuador. In mountainous regions like ours, we encountered many issues, including limited access to services, soil erosion, the need for sustainable agriculture, and economic opportunities, especially for women. As a geographical engineer working at the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock, my role involves harnessing the power of geospatial technology by mapping land use, resources, infrastructure, and agricultural productivity. We provide vital insights for policymakers. This enables them to formulate informed decisions that prioritize the well-being for our communities and the creation of an equitable and sustainable future for Ecuador and its mountain region.
Hi everyone, I am Leila from Lebanon, and more specifically, Mount Lebanon. This place is where I was born, lived, grew up, learned, and made memories. Unfortunately, Lebanon has been scoring higher migration rates every year. Lebanese people, especially youth, leave the country seeking better job opportunities, higher education levels, security, and stability. Historically, Lebanese mountains were cherished in local culture. In one of our traditional folk songs, we say, "Nibqa hawn ma bnitruku jabalna," تراب الأرز أغلى من الذهب, meaning that here we will stay and won't leave our mountain. The soil beneath cedar trees is more valuable than gold. Focus our efforts on empowerment, capacity building, and education. We would be able to root people back in the Lebanese mountains alongside millennial cedar trees.
I'm Rocio, co-leading the Monta Youth Hub right here from the Patagonian region of my country, Argentina. Our aim in the Mountain Youth Hub is simple but powerful: to connect and support youth living and working in mountain areas all around the world. Within the realm of environmental stewardship, women are considered key actors for the management of mountain resources, biodiversity, and traditional knowledge. That's why in the Mountain Youth Hub we advocate for gender equality and for expanding educational opportunities for women and girls all around the world.
Hola, mi nombre es Merely Milagros Carbo Alaime, soy de la comunidad de Tolconi, estudio en la universidad en la carrera de Administración de Negocios Agropecuarios y yo creo que la educación en la universidad es muy importante ya que nos brinda oportunidad, desarrollo y conocimientos y asimismo podemos contribuir en la mejora de nuestra comunidad.
Hola, yo soy Ruth Marina Alcafonso Calachunga, vivo en la comunidad de Tolconi. Para mí el estudio es importante para niñas y mujeres ya que nos ayuda a emprender y ser independientes en lo que nos proponemos. En un medio donde vivimos hay muchos recursos, en la cual aprovechamos la tula de alpaca, entrega de productos, como vinchas, gorros y otros que podemos utilizar. Y nosotros compartimos estas ideas con nuestros hijos, con nuestra familia y también queremos compartirlo con ustedes. Y con su compra nos ayudan a poder mujeres artesanas, así como.
Namaste everyone. I am Sambat Ranawat from Nepal, an agriculture graduate, youth activist and working in an NGO Leeward based in Nepal. Climate change is an inevitable process. It affects many regions. Among them, mountain regions are highly vulnerable and sensitive to them. Glacier lake outburst, melting of the snow, phenological shift, unpredictable rainfall and incidence of new disease and pests are the challenges faced by the mountain people, which is affecting the food security, livelihood and resilient community. Youth play a significant role for the sustainable development of the mountain region. Youth can use their social media platform to create awareness about the different innovation and practices about agroecology, alternative resource, alternative energy source that can be utilized in the mountainous region. Also, youth can be part of different initiatives such as Mountain Youth Hub, which has aim for the collective youth action across the globe.
With the background in journalism, Ambassador Aida Kasimalieva played a pivotal role in legislative changes that have significantly advanced the protection of women and girls in Kyrgyzstan. Elected as the Vice Speaker of the Kyrgyz Parliament, she has demonstrated unwavering commitment to gender equality and social justice. Today, as the Kyrgyz Ambassador to the UN, she brings her passion for change and advocacy for the global stage, striving for international cooperation and development.
Thank you, dear Dastan. Dear participants, dear students, excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express our gratitude and appreciation to all participants of today's side event for contributing to its agenda and helping me to take this midterm examination during the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I thank my dear colleague, Ambassador Lok Bahadur Tapa, permanent representative of Nepal to the UN, for his insightful statement. I also extend thanks to our Minister, Gulnara Batyrova, and also Ms. Romeo, Mountain Partnership Secretariat, Dr. J. Desart, Chair of the History and Political Science Department at Utah Valley University, as well as students both from UVU and other academic institutions representing the Kyrgyz Republic, the Mountain Partnership and the Group of Friends of Mountain Countries for their informative and fruitful interventions on the topics of today's event. It is well known that women and girls, especially in mountains in the developing world, suffer from poverty. Mountain poverty is multifaceted and intensified through such factors as remoteness, poor accessibility, the fragility of the ecosystems, and the marginalization. At the same time, these women also represent a huge potential and strength to deal with these issues.
In this regard, I believe that we should concentrate our attention within the framework of the 5 years of action on the educational programs, which are the student-centric and student-driven by women and girls in mountain regions. The Sustainable Development Goal number 4 aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. As we could see from today's presentations, SDG 4 could be achieved through a student-engaged learning model based on students' clubs, and Rotaract is one of them. They are simple and available at any academic institution in any rural and mountainous state around the world. In addition, the inclusiveness of the model stimulates students of different ages to teach each other while implementing projects and making them student-driven. As a result, students are becoming full-fledged contributors of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. And also I thank Dr. Bakhtibek Abdrisayev, as well as Stefan Atkinson, thank you very much, and Dastan Abikov for assistance in organizing this wonderful event and helping to successfully take this examination. Class is adjourned. Thank you for your attention. The wonderful results for class.
I'm very excited about that moment just now. Now we are opening the floor for any Q&A for a few minutes, and then we would also like to open the floor for any intervening statements. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm a youth representative of the World Organization of the Scout Movement. We are the world's largest youth movement with 57+ million members. Our mission is to teach young people skills for life through non-formal education so they can make the world a better place. My question to the panel is, when so many schools in remote areas insist on traditional teaching methods and insist on using outdated curriculums, how can we encourage them to see the value of non-formal education and encourage them to adopt these methods into the curriculum so that young people are prepared for life? Thank you very much.
That's a wonderful question. Actually, I'd like to push that to Dr. Desar, if you could, since he's a professional educator here in the room. Thank you.
You're still being graded, so.
That wasn't recorded, so we're good.
It is a challenge, obviously, to adapt curriculum through systems that don't have the resources that, fortunately we are able to enjoy. I think that's where relying upon outside organizations like the Rotary Club to help provide those resources to us. And so it's really a matter of reaching out to the community, to organizations that have a global emphasis of service. We wouldn't be able to do this without Rotary International. So finding those kinds of organizations is really, I think, key to the success of our model. Finding those organizations is really the challenge.
I just would like to add, if you allow me, can you hear me?
No.
Yep, can you hear me, guys? I wanted to, first of all, again, congratulate our panelists, and I think it was a good success, to join youth and the people who have experience. You have the energy, and we can share with some knowledge with you. And I'm presenting as well the project that I'm doing together with students of American University in Central Asia. We are doing update of all technologies which are like green technologies in Kyrgyzstan, and our platform called United Eco Nations. This is, we want to invite all of the countries who present today, my colleague which working with climate change, because this is the things what we do now. On top of all severe problems we're facing, we will have the climate problems #1. So we have to be ready for that. And if you have the knowledge and technology to share it with us, please contact me. I think we can do something better together. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Hong Kong.
Hello, my name is Hong Pang. I'm associate professor in political science in Utah Valley University. I just want to speak from my own perspective as an educator, but also as a participant of this great event. This has been like the decades-long efforts by my colleagues and also by the distinguished ambassadors to organize these events. I feel like this event, this forum is really important for us to know, to get to know what is needed in terms of education in the mountains area. So I feel like it is super important to continue these efforts to get ideas communicated, get demands communicated so that we can better know what is demanded in the mountains area. So we can cooperate and work together to help women and girls in education, in educating in terms of the sustainable development goals. So I really hope we can continue this conversation and communication.
Do we believe we have time for one or two more questions? If there's any on the floor? Or any statements? And all right, that concludes our session. Thank you so very much for coming here today. We appreciate all of you. Thank you.